Hey kids, Mr. Johnson here with another week of Summer Camp 2020 CCCS. Let's go. Here we go. All right. So this week we're going to talk about a really cool way you can get 100 things done in a physical education lesson. And what do I mean by that? Well, this lesson is called 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is what in multiplication? That's right, 100. Hope you answered that really quick with that weird pause there. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to write down 10 different things we can do, and we're going to do them 10 times. This should be really fun. So like always, I hope you have your water with you. I hope you are social distancing. I hope you are being safe with your families. So let's just jump right into it, all right? So I already took time to, of course, you're going to need something to write with. You're going to need a piece of paper, a book, and a pen, crayon, or marker, or whatever you need. And I already took the time to write down the numbers 1 through 10. So the lesson is called 10 times 10, right? So we're going to do 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is, what did we say before? 100. So we're going to go 100. And you can do a little smiley face if you like. All right. So now, after you did that, you want to write down 10 things that you love to do. I already have my 10 things down, but you can write down 10 things you like to do to be physically active. You can put some TikTok dances in. You can throw a YouTube video in with Just Dance. You can do some Fortnite dances. But you want to put in some other exercises like jumping jacks and stretching and warming up and knee lifts and running in place and marching in place. So I already listed 10 things for you to do. So I'm going to write them down. The first thing I was thinking about is what I always like to do to warm up, and that's jumping jacks. So I just turn around here. And I write jumping jacks. All right. Terrible handwriting, but it's on there. Second thing, what did I write down? Touch your toes. Now, here's the thing. When you're touching your toes, you want to make sure you have a couple things going on here. Some people just bend down, just touch their toes. Well, try to have your feet shoulder length apart, okay? And sometimes if you want to make it a little more challenging, if you can easily touch your toes, try to touch the floor with the palm of your hands. And if that's too easy, just bend down and put your hands behind your legs. The whole point of this is to get a good stretch in so you won't get injured if you're doing any type of physical activity. The other thing is you want to make sure that when you're stretching, it's warming that area of your body up. So if you're going to do a lot of running, a lot of exercise where you're using your legs, you definitely want to stretch. So the number 2 things I want to do at least 10 times is touch my toes, aka stretch the back of your legs. So I want to write stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. The number 3 thing that I wrote is jumping on one foot. Now, jumping on one foot takes care of a few things. 1, it is a great way to warm up. 2, it's a great way to see how balanced you are. I don't know if you remember, one week we talked about balance and how important it is in sports. Something simple as walking or riding a bike or just running. But you want to be balanced. So if you can just hop on one foot 10 times and then you switch to the other foot and hop on that foot 10 times, it can be fun. But more importantly, you're getting some type of exercise in and you're warming up for whatever physical activity you're about to engage in. So that's a good thing, jumping on one foot. So right here, jumping on one foot. Jumping on one foot. All right. And then remember, always do the other foot as well. So so far we have jumping jacks, stretching your legs, and jumping on one foot. That's 3 things. Number 4, I wrote we wrote bounce a ball. So I actually do have a ball right here. Now, the reason why I can easily bounce this ball here, I just bounced it. Bounce a ball for 10 seconds or bounce it 10 times and then on with one hand and then switch hands and bounce it with the other hand. Now, here's what's really cool about bouncing a ball. Two things are working here. One, once again, you're just doing some type of activity to get warmed up. But more importantly, you're exercising what they call hand and eye coordination, and you don't even know it. So it's good to practice that. Just bouncing a ball, watching it hit the ground, and just picking it up. This is just some type of gym ball that my daughter has. So put that here. So if you do it one hand, try to do it on the other hand. The other thing I have down is run in place. Run in place. So when you're running in place, if you're running in place, then you're obviously not going a certain distance, but you can run in place for a certain time. So that's something else that you can put down for 10 seconds. Run in place. You just run, 2, 3, and so on. And then you can stop and rest. And if you want to do it 10 times for 10 seconds, you can do that. And that can be 100 seconds that you ran in place. So you can either do it 10 times for 10 seconds, or you can just run in place for 100 seconds. Remember, 10 times 10. So I'm going to write running in place. Run in place. Fifth thing I said bounce the ball, run in place. So say you can't run in place and you can't jog in place for whatever reason, but you can march in place. So you can walk, you can just march in place. Just march in place. You can pick up the pace, or you can just move your hands. You can have fun with it. You can just play a musical song or whatever in the background while you're marching in place, because that right there is kind of putting your entire body, getting your body engaged in some type of warm up, okay? Remember, we're talking about 10 things you can do 10 times. So the whole point of this is to get warmed up, to get your body loose, get your heart rate up. So when you're ready to engage in that physical activity, you are nice and warm, you're stretched, and you're lessening the chance of some type of injury, or your bodily injury, like pulling a muscle or breaking anything. So I think that is that's a good way to warm up. This whole exercise and this whole lesson is completely surrounded about ways that you can warm up. Okay, so we're going to run into knee lifts. Knee lifts are something really simple. You just lift this knee here. You can hold it. You've probably seen me do it in other videos, but you can just hold it. Okay, you do that for 10 seconds and you do the other knee. You hold it. Once again, two things that's happening here. One, you're getting a nice stretch in your lower back and right behind your leg, and you're practicing balancing. So if you do it on one leg, you have to do it on the other. Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna write knee lifts. Knee lifts. All right. Another thing we can do is arm circles. We've all seen that. We just did like this. Forward. Now here's what's cool about arm circles. When you're doing arm circles, you can do forward 10 seconds. Or you can do backwards 10 seconds. So if you do that 10 times, that's, once again, two things is happening. You're loosening up those arms and you're warming up. So if you do it forward 10 seconds, do it backwards 10 seconds as well. That's another way. So I'm really going to write arm circles. All right. Next thing I have is twists. Side to side. Twist side to side. So like we've done this before in other videos. We've done it in the gym. Some of you guys like to do it different ways. But you can do it any way you want. You can put your hands right on your sides and you just twist side to side. Just back and forth. You can do it 10 seconds. You can do it 10 times. You can do it to one side like this, and then turn to this side. And you can do it for 10 seconds. Like I said, you can do 10 seconds or 10 on each side, but whatever you do, make sure you do 10. And if you do one side, you always got to do the other. Okay? So we're going to move on from there and let's see, twist. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got twist side to side, arm circles, knee lifts, run in place, jumping on one foot, stretching your legs, and jumping jack. So we got 3 more. So the 3 things I want you to do. Rest. Always remember rest. Now, if you're going to rest, you're going to rest for at least 10 seconds, okay? You want to rest for 10 seconds. The other thing is, we talked about certain type of stretches, like when you lift your knees up. But there's other stretches that you want to do. You want to be able to try to stretch out your whole body, like maybe just interlocking your fingers like this and pushing all the way out like that. Now, what this does is that stretches your back. And if you feel anything like up here or on your back around here, then you kind of know that you're doing it the right way. Okay? So we can say stretch arms. And last but not least, we can do lunges. So lunges is really, really cool because there's so many different ways, variations, but it just means different ways you can do things. I do them like this. I put my hands here, put my left leg in front of me, and then I lunge forward, and then I switch, and I do. Now that you can do 10 times. So remember, if you do your left leg, you can do your right leg as well. You do 10 lunges on your left leg, 10 lunges on your right leg. So I'm gonna put lunges. All right. So now it's your turn. It's your turn to write down 10 things and do them 10 times. Once again, that is 100 different things you can do. If you do them 10 things, do it 10 times. What a workout. So next week, what I'll do is I'll demonstrate some of those workouts, or I'll demonstrate what I've taught you this week, and then we can, hopefully in the future, we'll be able to do it in the gym together, okay? Can't wait to see you guys again. I know this is rough for everybody, but we're excited and we're happy and we're hoping and praying that you're staying safe. And I can't wait to see you again. Till next time, out.